Okay, so let's start doing some math. We're going to learn the vocabulary word concentration. Concentration is the amount of solute dissolved in a solvent. We can measure it with molarity. So remember, the solute goes into the solvent, okay? This equation here for molarity is one that you do not have to memorize. Its molarity equals moles of solute divided by liters of solution. And the units that you will get, molarity is measured in capital M, okay, for molar. Because our volume has to be in liters, if you need to convert from milliliters to liters, you take your milliliters, divide by 1,000 to get to liters. Okay, so it must be in liters, so keep that in mind. Okay, so let's do some problems together. It says, problem number 1, what is the molarity of a 600 milliliter solution of 3 molar of iron chloride? Okay, so here we see 600 milliliters. This is a volume, right? And then moles, okay, of solute. Now here we see it wants molarity, which is capital M. So molarity is equal to moles over liters, okay? But here we see that it's in milliliters, so we need to do a quick conversion. So let's do a quick conversion here. Let's do 600 milliliters divided by 1,000 will get us 0.6 liters. Okay, so now we can go ahead and go back to the equation. Molarity is equal to moles, which is 3, divided by 0.6 liters. So this one was moles, this one was liters. 3 divided by 0.6 will be 5, and the units is capital M for 5 molar. So that is our answer. All right, let's try number 2. It says, how many moles of cobalt chloride would you need to make 5 liters of a 2 molar stock solution? So we want to know moles, we have liters, and we have molarity. So capital M, this capital M here means it's molarity. Okay, so if we have our equation, molarity equals moles over liters, okay, we have molarity and we have liters, so we are looking for moles. Okay, so let's plug in what we know. 2 is equal to moles divided by 5, right? 5 liters. So to get moles all by itself, okay, we want moles all by itself. We got to do the opposite. So right now it's, we got to move this 5 over to this side by doing the opposite thing. So right now it's being divided. So the opposite is to multiply on both sides. If we do that, then our answer becomes 5 times 2 is 10 moles. So that is our final answer. All right, let's go on to the next example. It says, what is the volume if the molarity is 3.1 molar and there are 4.8 moles of acetic acid? Okay, so it wants to know the volume, which is measured in liters. We have capital M, so this is molarity. And then here we have 4.8 moles. So recap on the equation, it's molarity equals moles over liters. Okay, so if we look here, we have moles, we have molarity. Okay, so let's plug in what we know. So it's 3.1 equals 4.8 over liters, like this. Now, a lot of you guys want to do 3.1 times 4.8 and then be done with it. But you can't do that because liters is on the bottom of the fraction, right? Bottom of the fraction. So here, a lot of you guys probably prefer to think of this as 2 fractions like this, right? And now you can cross multiply to get to liters. Okay, so now you can cross multiply if you need to. So cross here, okay, and then you can cross here to get to liters, and then hopefully the answer you get is 1.55 liters. Okay, if you're having trouble on the math, please go ask your teacher. Okay, next question. It says, how many grams of sugar are in 2-liter bottle of Coca-Cola if it has a molarity of 0.02 molar? Okay, so let's talk. It wants grams, it gave us liters, and it gave us molarity. Now, we don't have an equation that deals with grams, right? The only equation we know is molarity equals moles over liters, like this, right? So the question is, what information from here can get us to grams? Good. If we figure out moles, okay, we can convert it to grams. Okay, so we're going to figure out moles first, and then we're going to convert to grams. So it's going to be a 2-part problem. Okay, so let me sort of erase this so I can have plenty of room. All right, so I need to find this guy right here. I'm going to plug in what I know. So I have a molarity that is 0.02 equals moles over 2. Okay, so I need to move the 2 to the other side, right, by doing the opposite. So right now it's dividing, so I'm going to multiply. I'm going to multiply on both sides, and I'm going to get that it is 0.04 moles. Okay, so this is the first part of our answer, and now we're going to take this answer and we're going to convert it to grams. Okay, we need to convert it to grams. So it's 0.04 moles. Okay, you're going to multiply it to convert it. Whatever's on top goes to the bottom, so you write moles here, and I want to convert to grams, right? So you always go from bottom to top here. So just to recap, you always put 1 next to the moles. Now, where do I get grams from? You get grams from the periodic table. So here is the compound C12H22O11. Okay, so I'm going to have to go back here. Whoops, I'm going to go back here. Here's carbon. Okay, I need 12 of those. I need 22 H's, and I need 11 oxygens. So calculate that. If you calculate it all together, you should get 342.296 grams. All right, so perfect. We are now going to multiply the top and divide by the bottom, and hopefully you get 13.69 grams of sugar, C12H22O11. So this is our final answer. Okay, last problem. Okay, I am going to change up this problem so we can get like a different variety of problems. Okay, so let's do how many, we're going to cross this out, how many liters, so we're going to look for liters, are in, and we're going to ignore this number here. We're going to say are in 519.79 grams of barium hydroxide in a 2.4 molar solution. Okay, so that's the information given to us. So remember, the equation is molarity equals moles over liters. Okay, now if we have grams, we can convert to moles here and figure out our missing piece here. So we're going to take our grams, 519.79, and we are going to convert it. Whoops, let me put our units here. We have grams, and we're going to convert it to moles. Okay, so we're going to put grams on the bottom. We're going to put moles on top, because you always go from bottom to top. For every 1 mole, okay, grams, here you're going to, this is the compound. We need to find all of this in our periodic table and put the grams here. So I have a barium. Barium is here. Oxygen is here. Hydrogen is here. I have 1 barium. So 1 barium, 2 oxygens, and 2 hydrogens. You're going to add all of those up together. And hopefully you get 171.34. Okay. Grams. And we're going to convert this to 3.03 moles. Okay, so that was part 1, but we don't want to know moles. We want to know liters. That's our final answer here. So now we are going to use this equation right here to figure it out. Okay, so we have molarity. It was 2.4 equals 3.03 moles over liters. Remember, liters is on the bottom, so you can't just multiply and then divide and just hope for the best here. So you're going to have to put this over 1. So now you have a fraction equal to another fraction. So you can now cross multiply. And hopefully you get that the answer is 1.26 liters.